Okay, so we've had a request special for the wizard about procrastination. And so in procrastination, this is really important. Each one of the four personalities can procrastinate, but they'll procrastinate for very different reasons. So the analytic will procrastinate because everything's not done perfectly in order. They're afraid of making mistakes. They don't have all the data. And so they will procrastinate because they don't have all the information. They don't want their ego. They don't want to be wrong. So they procrastinate because they have huge egos. The driver will procrastinate because they're afraid of loss of control, although they'll say it's probably not procrastination. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. It often is just, not a high enough priority for them. And so if it's not a high enough priority, they're just not going to do it. So, but they're concerned if they don't move forward on something, they either don't see the value of it, so they're not procrastinating in their own mind, but their boss or significant other or somebody else might think they are. But the driver personality will procrastinate because they either don't see the value of it, or they don't. They're afraid of a loss of control. So that's the pain for them. The expressive will procrastinate if it's not fun or exciting. And so if it's not really fun or exciting, they're going to procrastinate. And the amiable will procrastinate if they think it's going to create conflict. And so you can see this out of order, out of control, boring or not fun, or conflict. Now, we all don't all have one personality with multiple blends of the different personalities. This is where the two between the Life GPS is going to help us look at 65,536 possible combinations. And so when we look at these different combinations, you might have some of this and some of this, some of this and some of this. And so you're going to probably have complexities. Like sometimes, like here we have with Bree, she's a 55-55. So the more diverse, like Jacqueline here, she's going to be at 64-82, mostly amiable. So Jacqueline here will mostly procrastinate because she doesn't want to create conflict herself or other people. Matt here, he's going to be either the same thing or driver, and so sometimes it's procrastination because of lack of conflict, sometimes it's out of control. If we had an analytic and an expressive, sometimes it's because they don't know all the details, sometimes they think it's not fun. So with Bree, if she's all of those, sometimes she could procrastinate because of out of order, sometimes out of control, sometimes boring and not fun, sometimes conflict. So it's the blend of all of those. How do you overcome it? You use the things that cause you to procrastinate to propel you to take action. For example, the analytic, ego-wise, they don't want to be wrong. So both of these will tend to procrastinate more. Both of these will tend to procrastinate less. These will often be much more successful in sales because they the analytic or the driver and the expressive make a ton of mistakes, and everybody knows it, but they don't care because it gives them attention and it helps them get to their goals. The analytic and the amiable make a lot of mistakes, but nobody knows it because there's no proof because they didn't take action, so they can't learn well. So the analytic needs to understand that when I'm making a mistake, it doesn't reveal I'm stupid, it actually reveals that I'm smart because I'm going to learn from that mistake, and so I can go on. It's not like I'm a human being, it's okay to make mistakes because I'm going to learn from it. If I'm a smart person, I'm going to be making mistakes because I'm trying new things. It's okay. So you turn it from pain to pleasure. Like if you're procrastinating, you're a stupid person. If you're not making mistakes, you're a stupid person. Amiables don't like to be stupid, so that when they train their mind to switch it in a different way, it'll go ahead and help them. The driver personality, to grow, they like growth, they like goals, they hate when things get out of control, but how do you go ahead and see growth? You see growth in most situations based on things getting out of control. And so they've got to have confidence, so they often think they're strong, they're tough, they're really successful. But if you're not willing to allow things to get out of control, you're really not that strong, confident, you're not that awesome. So being awesome is allowing that. So out of control will help you get to your goals. If your goals are high enough, you're willing to have a whole lot of things be chaos in your life. The expressive personality, they will procrastinate because it's boring. And there's a lot of their life that is boring. Why? Because they haven't learned how to have fun in the things that are boring. And so what they need to do is they need to do boring things, learn how to have fun during that boring time, then their whole life. And when they're doing those things that are boring, it's disciplining their mind, they're learning how to have fun, and they'll actually have more time to have fun. The amiable will procrastinate because of conflict, but what they do is the conflict, it's like a cut, it's like a wound. Like if you take a sliver from a child, they're going to be upset with you because you're hurting them, but you're actually helping them. So the amiable needs to understand that when you're not procrastinating, taking action, yes, there'll be a little pain, but there'll be a lot more benefit, a lot less pain in the future, and you'll have deeper relationships as well. Again, that's the short from the Wizard. Hopefully that's helpful. Talk to your art mentor about this and being able to help you in going through and determine. Go to thewizardslife.com, thewizardslife.com. Click on and like it, subscribe to it, and hit the bell. Have an amazing day.